me home na yema counselor akwaba sonkokra. Ebusuafo ye bekai 3 stories na counselor etimi amaye anuye. I'll start with the first story. Please, I would want you to put this before counselor. I want his candid opinion about this. I am a 32-year-old woman who has never been in a relationship for more than 3 years or 2, even a year. I'm not exaggerating. The longest or furthest I have gone with my relationship happens to be 6 months. Now, I realize things quickly. And then when I realize I won't be able to stay with that particular attitude, I decide to just take my bag and baggage and walk out. You can call me picky, but I believe that marriage is a forever journey. And I wouldn't want to stay with something that I cannot even start in the first place. Auntie Valerie, now with all these people that I have encountered, believe you me, there hasn't been any intimacy whatsoever. But for the one that I had to go through for 6 months, there was some kissing here and there. With this very particular person that I have met, we had sex on the first date. It is awkward for me. It is a decision I took. I am not regretting the decision, but then what is happening after everything is what is getting me confused. He's sweet, understanding. He calls me and he makes me feel that indeed everything that we did was for the two of us. Auntie Valerie, I am starting to feel some kind of way. Like I don't even know whether I can stand this gentleman the next moment we meet. I want to know if this is me or it's a very normal thing that happens when somebody has sex for the first time. Do I continue with this relationship or do I let it go? Because what is happening can also be a warning. Counselor.
I can hear a sound of desperation in the voice of this woman.
Okay.
Counselor, I have dated a lot of guys.
Right.
That is what she's saying. Good or bad. It being called more than 6 months or a year.
Yes.
So sometimes between a month and 3 or 4, she walks out because for her, they are not the type, and they are also not in their attitude, the type of men she wants to settle down with.
Right.
This lady I'm looking at is a lady who is looking for somebody that suits her expectations and her view in terms of vision.
Okay.
Now, while you ba so what wope bema ne ye bema ye nani swade huru bema a wo bi enya ya wope na me ya to sister you for say don't look for perfection, look for a man who is doing something right.
Okay.
The reason is this: most of the women are looking for a man who will adjust to them. They are not looking for a man who will understand them. Adjust means that this is my way. Can we move together?
Right.
But to adjust simply means that I understand that he's not perfect, like I am also not perfect. The two of us need to understand each other so that we can move together.
Okay.
Number 2, this is a woman with a high expectation. And when you enter into a relationship with high expectations, sometimes you end up broken heart, you end up disappointed, you end up more confused because what do you call it? Oyastic. Saying I'm a pen. It is a kum. Now you listen to her voice with desperation and you realize that now she walks out. It doesn't make the man bad, it makes her not to meet her expectation.
Okay.
The reason why she's not been able to date a lot of guys 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months is because of the expectation. And I'm on the expectation. One year say there is no man who is perfect like God. Every man you meet comes with their own weakness to the plate. Okay. It you know what you say, why desperate? And until another guy could take advantage of her because wa pamu man is near the futu be shakwa near bekase. If you meet a guy and you think that he's not up to the task, naturally say, well, this one no a ya hwehwe ne oma sonku bi ewo ni mu e kire say metumi na bobra nenso wonye pepepe sa nenso me feel say metumi ama yakosa.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Etina me catch lady ni say me shia bema. Why will be a ebian intadi shen koye mamisa, Nanso so ni suban ye mamepa, Mefa subani yesa, Nentadi shemu by an kakra, no abayes many swadun. Because you can be, if you are to meet a man who is everything you are looking for, you are in danger.
Okay.
It is either the man is pretending or the man is himself before you met him, and then he's going to make you a servant. Okay. Because he's going to control the table and say, we are going here, we are not going here, we are doing. And you have to adjust to his rules and regulations because Oba you know in the Juma. Oba not dressing the dressing, Oba not on the perfume, Oba not on whatever, Oba not in the home. So either you meet somebody who will pretend to adjust to you, or no, there we are no again. Because what you say your expectations, I cannot meet. Okay, dear mammy, smart. Na me kwan minyani ambe pa. Na be dwane ana say and yes, I am befano, but me make control because me watching. Right. So this is a lady who has a problem. Number 3, makantu. Number 3, also she a guy, you know, to her surprise. Guy had to be named at the first date.
Right.
They say the problem. They say it looks like she doesn't know what to do anymore. She's very confused.
I said, boy, no who ya after the encounter.
And it's still on another.
Right.
He said, that is the conclusion.
Right.
Now this is the problem. Wa pamu mema, ewa bra, no waswa no. Okay. Now this is a guy who comes in 2 things. Either he comes in with a good mind or he comes in to get what he wants. Now you are the lady. Now after the sex, you want the guy to become like this in your way, and you might not be seeing the guy in that way. What do you do next? Or now, after the sex, I'm confused. Why did I give the sex? Because all these guys came. I didn't give them the sex. Why this time? Now make catch and they say, when you become desperate at a point in time, and you think that everybody is passing by, let me try this guy. Sometimes you get it wrong. Okay. So the advice to our beautiful young ladies is very simple. Wodum pempen so bi ni mfie bi. Na nyame yadom ne memma dodo ba. Nyantoboase na hwehwe se me hwehwe be ma wotene ye korogyen etise Yesu ebi ni ho. Na ti ase se nkakra ye ba yi anya bia ba ko mu a wo nye papa kora ba ko ye papa. Fa ne sa de e wono ho ye kuro no boaro no miamia na nye na wo kora so kuro da na ho. Enye sa ebedum pempen so bi afa de wo pe no. Na ye no beda ni adwane, ni ye no beda adwane. Why? Because even if you happen to be a property, for you, you're a property that can fade, that can fake. That at the end of the day, one day your price will depreciate. Okay. So what I'm saying to the young ladies is that udum pempen so afibi to say 2025. Na do do ba. Yes, no okay bibi will say it's not like I'm picky. You are already picky. You are already picky. You are looking for a man. I would dear and announce you. I would dear and one can attack you. Like the kind of man, like my God, like he's the type of man every woman is dreaming for. Oh my son, including me, as son. What I'm trying to tell you is that only a efe wa bontia, it will be no wakra and the and the person is enjoying. So the advice I give to this beautiful lady watching me is that pacho udum pen so bi na me ba e yahwehwem na yi ba akope. Number 2, please don't be too desperate to sell your label. Okay. Very important. I'm telling you, don't rush. When we say label ya wo. What I'm saying is that when there is no price, it helps you to be able to get who you are looking for. But when there is a price of desperation, they get you because they know this time you want them. Let every woman understand that when it comes to a place of market, when you go to buy, be careful what you buy because sometimes if what you buy to eat is no good, it affects your stomach. So
let's take the second story. Say, Auntie Valerie, please, I would want counselor to tell me if I should take my life or not. No message me buy and me because it has a lot of suicidal thoughts around the message. Says, I've been married to my husband for 9 years. We have 3 children. We left Ghana for Canada. I got the opportunity first before coming for him. And after we moved and settled, I realized that my husband started acting awkward for some time. I asked him if I had done something. I even went ahead to apologize. I said everything that I could, but then I knew and noticed that this is not the man I started dating or came through to with in Canada. Now, my family warned me about this gentleman. They told me that there is something off about him and that for the specific ethnic group he belongs to, I wouldn't want to mention, that they want their own kind, and eventually, if they stay, no matter the number of years, that they would go for their own kind, especially when you cannot speak the language. I just didn't listen to none of this because I was looking at the person for who he truly was, and for that particular moment, he was indeed a great person. Now, my husband is telling me that because I am looking forward to do something with my money in my family house, he wouldn't want to leave or continue the marriage any longer. My husband has packed his belongings and left the house. I told him that I wouldn't even do it anymore and that everything he says is what we are going to do. Auntie Valerie, my husband says he's done and dusted with me. I feel like this is a dream. 9 years, 3 children. Have I been used? I refuse to believe that. But what do I do? Auntie Valerie, please ask counselor to help me.
All right, so let's go straight. Baby, can some ya miensa.
Right.
I know a share. Bear my pebble dia, or Beren wants to gym. The yindi pia wa proper. I want to say this. Everyone listen and watch me. I'm speaking to you as a man, not a boy. A man can be very bad and opportunist and still pretend to be Jesus until rapture. And I'm saying a lot of men do that. So let me say, not all men.
Right.
But men may be a wa. Bear my bet me at Rassi, I feel baku edu when you're in crack tower bruchili. When you are one womb pempenso and no janabia, men may be a wa. Bear my bet me do a chin fear do, na me say, open a man what da my ya won't penny. And you bet me crack on pempenso, do pempenso, I met what the wash or kawa, Nancy medium the amepe. A man may be a wa. And young men, you know, see the suru yame. And then young men may cause sorry in an enemy use. And opening yame. Let's get it right, women. Get it into your mind. And so, say, oh, call our dear, and I will call Kutie, myself, me per my just remember what the war. A ya, men jin some kindi, a ya, he soon bind. I am going to talk about the man, and I think that we are dealing with a man who is an opportunist.
Okay.
Number 1. Bema ye bema. What do you buy? What share children who say, Ebia never chinge. But she will buy ya uti the customer of Fipem. Canada ban what Canada no be what day no. And now see what Hana no beko and what be what day. Na Kabema ben or the children the fee nya. One can say, I no be can there be. It's near to a baby a weird you mapabu sika. Echi be maybe I'll find say, I shall ye. Then you will be no doma no come door war me door war. Because some of them can hurt you after getting what they want. Near move up on number 2.
Okay.
I have a problem with the man who does not have confidence when the woman is succeeding than him. I have a problem. If your wife becomes better than you, it's praise God. Because everybody that looks at me as a man will go like, Chalo ye bema. We are Chalo ye bema. Because Chale, I said, Namosuna, we are ye. Because when I'm a so I keep saying that the glory of a woman comes to a man. It doesn't go to the woman.
Okay.
The glory. Waban warfare, the new yam, Eba Bema. Say, what shall you Valerie you? What shall I tell woman why I come, Charlie? Why come on? So, who show you not got it? Was then go say. Me can ya tadia cramming to be my order. Dross maybe I'm at that dross. But at the end of the day, the praise comes to Sana Sabi me ye Tanya. We be share ya was say kojo. Show you know why basade. We bush ya for craft from say ya na day. Ukun tete one other now so te. Why tantan show picture nra. Na show picture ne aden why tantan na we su dia rewo ampa what it e bi kra na nyon what it bi bi fufuro kra yesusu se wa wadi die nka ye kama ma no na me kan sisu biem sidia se be ma tu kwan no wonne ne yere ne koya no yere be fa no and okodu Canada na at a point in time he stands and say that usika wo de buafi ana de buabusia ana wo ye abusia property bi. Because of that major hour, then that tells you that this guy left a long time, not now. The guy has actually executed his plan. Agenda no person go Canada. No go Toronto. We do Canada we. You listen to the story, but this Agonyan in Krata.
Right, 9 years.
Oh, come on.
Children.
Nanka we die sanya asema ye gina so kase me yire nya sika koboa na busua wonye sika kosi dan wonye sika de yesi iti se wo de be ye dia mejaw sika na yo dia aye oba ne sika oba de betumi ne wadwen se kwadwo be won $9,000 euros bi wa na maye ma adwen se papa fie ma mi fie asase bi e toche ye me nana bi di kosiesie ne adwen bom ne adwese ye nya ye de da.
Right.
And I ye 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 will be an ye nibi, and I yes, your fan ye dear, ye dream boom, ye shek. You don't need to control the woman when it comes to her money. And then, but when it's your money, you don't want her to come and talk about it because it's your money. Right. But when it's her money, she must, actually subject everything under your feet. No, Bema, what is how we didn't Bema. So we conclude by saying that, sister, the first thing to do to get solution from this problem is that don't kill yourself, love yourself.
Okay.
O baby what do we are now what they need do the shabere ne di daso a shabemem to no who be. This is the story of the or did be bia shabeman is that it's good to love a man, but whilst you are loving the man, don't forget to love yourself. Because if you put all your confidence, your love and everything, including your hopes, into a man, and the man doesn't take you to that place, you can commit suicide. And so we say to everyone, love us. But whilst you are loving us, love yourself. Appreciate yourself. And remember that even if you commit suicide, who is going to take care of these kids? They need you alive. Not only Timesres, 9 years, but also when young character won't konyamin the buaten. But please, you need to live for the kids. So for the sake of the kids, your family, and the next generation, don't commit suicide. But I still wanted to learn a lesson and understand that if a man says, I don't want to again, there's nothing you can do.
Let me read the final story. I'll say, counselor, please tell us the truth. How do you know emphatically that this woman is for you? Outbursts happen. But when a woman is disrespectful, but you love her regardless and want to be with her, but her sentiments are valid, you do not have a problem with her actually having outbursts. But your issue has to do with how she communicates and how she handles that particular outburst. Auntie Valerie, I have dated this girl for close to 7 years. She's an amazing person. We started from senior high school up until now. Now, I am not trying to be autocratic, but when I ask her to do certain things, she does it at her own time, and sometimes she tells me emphatically that she wouldn't do none of that. Auntie Valerie, this is a woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. I have known no other woman but this one. We started way back from senior high school, we're almost through with university, and I fear what might happen when we are done and we are trying our possible best to make life possible. So, counselor, as young as I may be, please kindly help me. How do I decide and know that if this woman is for me or not?
This is a little difficult because when we say when you pay beer, need the warrior, and then I open.
Right.
So when it comes to me asking me, may they also about we a media, and now I was some wadding, and I obey some in the trap bob bra, a bear dinner, mammy, some metchere walk. Sakisa is I say me a minimum pay. So the first thing you need to identify, hey, what do you want?
Okay.
Then I will pay. Number 2, your expectations. What do you expect from the woman you wanted to become now your fiancée and then become the mother of your children? And the last thing is, where are you driving to? Your destination. And if I walk, thank you. Me meaning baby I make. Thank you. Meaning baby I make. Meaning baby I'm person we could do.
Right.
So the lady I am going to marry must match up with my vision where I am going to. Into wayati as yes and yet me sister here na this young money that you born come back come to say no ye nyina ye betumi akwa. And any ye be ko ho. Enti number 1 we wan kasa na be buza say what do you want? Unim ne wo pe. Sabe me ne boy yi krachi ye nyina kowra boutique si ye koto ade a. Enya ade ade beto no na obeto. Shoe bi wa me ni jon. Me for be ka kire me say ja shoe ye twem. And a shoe enye papa and a shoe enye guy. Thank you. We no okay, ja we nyi kakra ye no shoe e pe. Atade bu. So you need to understand that if you know what you want, you get what you want to have.
Okay.
It's the open na wunya nye the open na okofa. The rush shop or sika. Sometimes you enter into a shop opa the busika nso ja okọ. Because busika nso enti fa de omuso de sefata wo na de sefata baby a wo kono enti it's not about communication, it's about where you going to, how you see yourself, and your future matters. When wade wo ba so wade no na bede da ba won kwala, you are looking to the future. You need to sit well and know what you want, who you are, and where you're going.
Most definitely. Thank you so much, the nation's counselor.